When trying to improve your aim, let's start with the most basic and, in my opinion, the most important thing to start with, recoil control. Okay, what is recoil control and how can we help kind of control your weapon? So when you start off, okay, every single weapon has a natural recoil. What this is your recoil pattern. So if I shoot a wall like this, you can see the gun naturally goes up and towards the right, okay? So what you want to do is you basically want to counter it. So as the gun goes up and towards the right, what I want to do now, okay, is I want to actually go down and towards the left. Let me take down this bot. There you go. So now as I'm shooting, I want to go down and towards the left. So you can see my gun isn't moving as much as it was before. So let's kind of die and respawn. So right here in this wall here, okay, you can see. So again, original like that. You can see it's quite a lot of recoil. So what we want to do now is as we shoot, we want to move our right analog stick down and to the left to counter it. So now you can see the gun isn't really moving, okay? So this is step number 1 in terms of improving your accuracy. Now, if you weren't controlling your recoil before, I highly recommend starting with this, okay? Start off with something pretty simple. Just make sure as you're going around kind of corners, as you're going into gunfights, you're just really controlling your recoil, and then we'll move over to step number 2. So now you can control your recoil. The next section is going to be strafing, okay? This is a good example here. The bot stands there. Okay, he wasn't gonna help me out there. But what you want to do, okay, is as every time you find an opponent, you want to constantly be strafing. Now, what this does, okay, is allows you to not. Well, let me show you a different example. If I stand like this and I'm constantly moving right to left, can you guys see how the aim assist is starting to like lock onto the opponent? Well, that's one way of increasing your aim assist, okay? If you're able to move your right analog stick like this, look at this. Can you see how it's kind of sticking on towards my opponent? Again, these are just bots. I'm trying, you know, they keep killing me. I'm trying to show you guys how to control recoil, but they're not helping me out too much here. So if you go back here, okay, so as I go right and left, you can see it's sticking onto the opponent. So that's one way to kind of control your recoil. Now, the next best way to do so, in my opinion, is the best way in the game, is as you see someone, especially in like a distance like this, you want to constantly be strafing left and right. So what you want to do, okay, is when you see an opponent, you want to constantly go left and right. And what that does is that basically maximizes your rotational aim assist. So right here, we see an opponent, we're going to go left and right. There you go. We get a kill, we turn around left and right. And you can see what you could do, right, is if you constantly practice this in the warm-up, you can kind of snap onto your opponents. It's a great way of maximizing your aim assist, which is exactly what you want to do to increase your aim and try to aim that Optic Dashy. Another huge advantage with strafing, okay, is not only that, you know, your aim assist is actually activated, making it a lot easier for you to hit your gunfights, right? Another massive advantage is that when you're against an opponent and you're strafing, it makes it a little bit harder for them to hit you. So not only are you improving your aim, you're making their aim a little bit more wobbly, and it's just a lot harder for them to get their shots off. So you need to make sure you're strafing in your game to first improve your aim assist, and 2, to make yourself a harder target to hit. Now, step 3 is basically going to carry on from step 2, okay? So a lot of people when they're playing, when I'm coaching people, what I've realized is when you guys play with an assault rifle, you normally move your stick right to left, okay? Now, you do get a little bit of aim assist, don't get me wrong, but it's very difficult for you to win those kind of long range gunfights. So if you're struggling at long range and you constantly go from left and right, this might be the reason why. Because if you see here, okay, when you go left and right, it just makes it a little bit harder to kind of trap your opponents. So what you want to do instead, as we kind of mentioned earlier, is instead of going from left and right, you kind of want to strafe left and right instead. So this way, what you want to do, in my opinion, is strafe left and right, and you basically want to combine that with your centering, okay? So if you center onto the opponents like this, you go through, then you just go left and right. So you see how it's a lot cleaner. So you jump around the corner, left and right. We see another opponent, let's go through again. There's an opponent on the left, so we see him in the distance, left and right. So you see how you're kind of strafing, especially like a distance like this. You want to spot him there. We're going to go through left and right. So it's just basically always strafing to try to maximize that aim assist. And what you want to try to avoid, okay, let me try and find this example here. You want to avoid doing this. Because although it gets a bit sticky, right, it's a little bit hard to hit, where if you go left and right like this, it just makes it a little bit more sticky and a lot easier to kind of get your aim down to a T. So naturally, when I'm playing, okay, I know it's very easy to kind of just automatically use your right stick. But I actually saw a clip of Optic Formal, okay, he was playing Halo, and he was talking about using the left stick, and it kind of just clicked in my head that I know that the left stick's a lot more useful, and for some reason I kind of forgot my fundamentals, and I went back to using my left stick, as you see in this gameplay here, and honestly, it was a life changer. I'm not just saying it, you know, to lie to you guys. I'm not even just saying it. It is one of the best decisions I made in my recent kind of, I'll say, few months. I've really started to use my left stick to kind of improve my assault rifle aim, and pairing that with the recoil control, it is a game changer, and your total aim is just going to be going like, it's so clean, especially with the aim assist, the way it activates. I feel like if you can work on your centering and you really work on your strafing left and right, control your recoil, your aim can be so much better. Then with the right stick, I just feel like it's a lot more inconsistent, especially at that medium to long range. So now we've gone through a few different methods efforts to kind of maximize your aim assist and really work on your aim, the next little tip I have is try to get headshots as much as possible. The reason why headshots are so important in this game is because of the time to kill, right? If you hit them in the head, you actually shoot them a bullet quicker, so you get to kill a bullet quicker. Now what that means is, especially in a game like this, right, where it only takes a few bullets to kill someone anyways, if you can get those headshots, you're basically going to get that slightly quicker time to kill. And what's going to happen is, if you see here, I go around the corner, it just makes it look a lot faster. Now don't get me wrong, it's very difficult to constantly track them in the head, okay? So what this is where you practice in the kind of arena, like in the training ground, you see me go through, and if you can constantly go for those headshots, it makes it so much easier. I mean, I've not hit a headshot yet, but you can see, right, we're going around the corner, we're trying to improve in the headshots, and what happens is, right, if you can shoot them in the head, your time to kill is just really going to help you out, and it's just going to allow you to get those quicker gunfights. So right now you see me go through, and you can see how quick the time to kill is, right? Okay, I thought I had an extended timer. Let's go to the next game. But yeah, that's going to be tip number 4. I think tip number 5 is to go for those headshots. Let's go through some gameplay and see why it's so important. Have you ever been in a situation, right, where you see someone on a head glitch, you take them off, and it just feels like the cleanest feeling ever? You feel like, you know what, I actually kind of melted them. Well, the reason why it feels so clean is because when you hit someone in the head, the headshot multiplier makes it that 1 bullet quicker, especially if you hit every single bullet in the head. I believe it's a 3-shot kill. I think normally, don't quote me, again, the numbers are a little bit weird, but I believe it's a 4-shot kill normally, but if you hit all headshots, it's a 3-shot kill. Now that might not seem like anything crazy, oh, you're only saving 1 bullet, but in a gunfight, right, especially in a game like this where, you know, the gunfights are so mixy, if you can go for those headshots constantly, and 1 bullet is basically a quarter of the bullets in the gunfight, that is a massive difference. You can win your gunfight and it feels like it's so much quicker, even though you're only saving 1 bullet. So trust me, if you can try and improve your accuracy in an ideal situation, if you can always hit headshots, you will see such a difference. First of all, you're going to be saving bullets. Second of all, you're going to be killing people a lot quicker, right? And what happens is, once you kill the first player, you can move over to the second player quicker, and overall your pacing of your game will increase just by adding headshots into your game. Okay, so tip number 5 is something I don't think I've actually spoke about on the channel, but it's something I do in my gameplay, and I realized I haven't actually explained it. So here it goes, okay? When you're running, generally when someone's running, okay, what you want to do is you want to shoot your gun, you want to shoot the bullets just in front of the opponent. Now this applies more to Warzone because of bullet drop, but it also applies to Multiplayer in my opinion, especially when it's kind of like a long range gunfight. And this is why bullet velocity is so important. The way the game works, okay, is when you shoot somebody, it doesn't go directly, like let me show you an example here, right? If we go forward a little bit, so this opponent's here, okay? Now, if you're going to track him exactly how I am, so you center right onto him, okay? You see my aim's on him. If I'm shooting just behind him as he's running forward, what's going to happen is my aim is going to be constantly behind him. So as I'm shooting right now, you see that little snap through? I don't know if you guys were able to see it. It's very fast, but look at, okay, that looked like I was hacking right there. I don't know why I went so fast. Let's go back there. So okay, I think it's just lagging. There you go. Yeah, it wasn't a hack, don't worry. So look at this, right? When you go through, as you see the opponent, okay, you naturally, what I do is I shoot just in front of him so that when he's running, I'm shooting basically where he's going to go. It's very, very minuscule, but if you can notice it and you can start to implement it, what you'll realize is as you shoot people running, you're able to hit every single bullet. Because I think what happens now, right, is when people shoot kind of where the body is, you're hitting about half the bullets, and most of the time they're getting away with it. So what you see right now, you see we shoot just in front of him, we're able to get the kill, and it's the same thing applies here. Good centering, we take out the second. Now we're going to go through, and it always depends on the positioning, where the opponents are, and kind of that. So right here, you see this third opponent again, he's running, so we're going to shoot right in front of him. And you see, okay, this is really important. The first few bullets didn't actually hit him, but as soon as we start shooting right in front, so look at that. You see how I'm constantly shooting just behind? My first few bullets aren't actually hitting. Now look at this. Now we're shooting basically when they're running, but you see how they're slowing down? We're able to hit the shots. So it's all about kind of following the pace right there. So look, we're shooting shots, we're not hitting anything. As soon as we match the pacing, we're able to get the shots off. There you go. So you see what I mean? It's always about kind of matching the pacing. Now, if they're running forward, you want to shoot just in front of the opponent. When someone's in front of you like this, it doesn't really matter because they're right in front of you, so they're not going left or right. But that's what you want to kind of work towards. So same thing here with this next clip, okay? We're going to push through, same map, same game. We're going to go through. Now, there's the first opponent. So we're not going to shoot yet. We're going to wait till he's in a position where he's essentially running into my bullet. So there you go. We get the first kill. We're going to take him out. And now look at this, okay? The second player is going to be on the hill. So as we jump around the corner, this player is running forward. So look where my aim is. My aim is essentially just in front of the character. Again, when you're playing in fast motion, it's not something you're really going to think about. But if you get into the habit of shooting just in front of your opponent when they're running forward, it's really going to help you win those shots. So we go through, we spot the third opponent. Again, we're going to put a trophy down. I think we nade this person here. Yeah, so I mean, this is a good play to break down anyways. We nade him, and I believe we get another kill here. So let's see what happens. So yeah, we go through, okay, and we spot another opponent, and look at this. So we're going to go through again. As they're running, we're going to shoot just in front of that opponent. We're going to go through, and take him out. So that's going to be tip number 5, basically shooting just in front of your opponent, using their momentum of their run to basically help you hit your bullets. Let's go into tip number 6. Tip number 6. Now, normally this is my first tip on any kind of movement or just overall aiming guide. It's going to be your centering, okay? But the reason I put this so far into this guide is because I wanted you guys to work on your recoil first. Now that you should have more control of your weapon, we're going to talk about centering. What is centering and why is it so important? Probably the most important aspect of Call of Duty that you need to master. And this is why the majority of the pros play on 6.6 sensitivity, okay? So what centering is essentially your crosshair. You want your crosshair to be in a position where you expect the opponents to be. Now, I think this is arguably the most important thing because you're essentially doing the work before you get there. Think of centering as the prep work, okay? Before you do anything, you kind of want to prepare for it. So imagine if we go around this corner, right? We expect the opponent to be here. We expect him to be standing here, okay? If I go around the corner like this, by the time I see him, I have to look up and I have to aim at him, okay? That isn't really an ideal situation. Look at this, okay? This guy's right there. That's just a perfect example. So you see I had to like go down and then aim up. That's what a lot of people do. What you don't realize, okay, when you're playing is you naturally have your crosshair a bit lower. And again, that's completely fine. And just when you start to play Call of Duty, majority of the time your crosshair is going to be like this. If this is how your gameplay looks right now, this is what you got to try to change. And I promise you, as soon as you implement this new technique, you're definitely going to be a lot better. So right now you do this. And you can see, right, it looks okay, but you got to remember, these are bots. Against real people, against people in diamonds or above, I think you're really going to struggle, even against gold players, to be honest. What you want to do is you want to prepare for the gunfight. So if I constantly go around like this, again, I'm going to have to go up and prepare. I have to go up and prepare. Where let's try like working on our centering. So we go around the corner. We know someone's going to be in our chest level. There you go. Every time we aim down sight, we're kind of ready for the gunfight. So you see as we're going through now, again, I don't know where he is. He's going to be on my right. Okay, cool. Where is he? There you go. As he comes around the corner, we're going to like, you know, aim for his chest. And they're just a lot smoother. Look at that. We're going through, we're getting a nice little 4-piece. And one other thing I would also recommend is doing the snap aim, okay? This kind of goes into centering. So as you get the kill, I would always recommend aiming out and kind of just refreshing your field of view, just kind of going back and forward, strafing. And if you can combine all these tips together, I really think your centering and your overall aim will be a lot better. Look at that. You see we get a nice little 4-piece there. Again, just kind of going through, taking 1 or 2 people out. We turn around, good centering. And this is how you can practice as well, but we'll get more into that in a second. In some of these clips here, you're going to see how centering actually saves a gunfight, right? So it's all good having good aim. It's all good kind of controlling your recoil. But in these clips, you're literally seeing how centering is, first of all, putting me in a position where I literally just have to aim in and shoot. And I'm basically doing the work before I even get there. Now, I think my centering is pretty good. And I think the main reason why is because I've spent so long trying to work on it and trying to perfect it. Now, no matter what level you are, if you're watching this in your bronze, your silver, your gold, all the way even up to diamond or crimson, I promise you, if you work on your centering and really focus on it, you'll find that your gameplay is going to improve so much. So make sure you spend some time every day just really working on your centering, and I promise you guys it will help you out. By now you definitely should have a good kind of, you know, just a good sense of the game, how to improve your aim. And now we're going to go through my favorite technique. This is called the Dashy aim. Now I don't know the official name for it, but I thought it was fitting. You know, I'm a big Optic Texas fanboy. You can see we're playing on Mikado. This is Dashy's headquarters. This is where he warms up. So I'm going to show you guys my favorite technique and how to shoot. And what this is going to be is essentially the tap fire, but I like to call it the Dashy Shot. So what you want to do, okay, is like do you remember what I told you guys earlier about the recoil control? So as you shoot, okay, you want to kind of make sure you're controlling your recoil. Well, a way to control your recoil a lot easier than kind of doing it manually is just shooting 3 bullets. Because what ends up happening, okay, let's show you on this wall here. If I shoot 10 bullets and I stop, you see how my gun naturally go to the middle? I'm actually not going to control my recoil, okay, just to give you guys a bit more of an insight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and I'm not going to control my recoil. But instead of kind of constantly shooting, you look at what I'm doing. I'm snapping onto the players, and as soon as I see them, I'm trying to just shoot enough to kill them. As soon as I feel like I've shot enough, I've stopped. And right now, I'm not controlling my recoil at all. But because the game itself doesn't have a lot of crazy recoil, as long as I shoot and I stop just at 3 bullets, the gun actually naturally recenters to the middle. This is honestly one of my biggest game-changing tips. And you can see in this gameplay here, right, against bots. If you can do this in your game, I think it's a game changer. If you can just shoot enough bullets, look at this. Like, we're not even controlling our recoil right now. So all we really need to worry about is our centering. If our centering is on point as it is now, you can see we're just shooting just enough bullets. Now, I think this is mainly more important against head glitches. If you can do this against head glitches, I think you're in for a field day. The reason why, okay, is I'll show you in the gameplay, is when you see someone on a head glitch, if you can get those initial 3 bullets off like that, you can see that, you know, that's just enough and that's all you need. And what happens is you actually end up shooting them with just enough bullets where you kill them without needing to control your recoil. Because what happens normally, right, is if you see someone in a head glitch, like say I come around this corner, again, you'll see in the gameplay in a second how smooth it is, but say I go around this corner and there's guys right there, okay? If I'm constantly shooting like this, like look how crazy it looks, you know what I mean? Like your gun's going all over the place. However, if I was to do this, you see how it's like a lot smoother. It's not really going anywhere else. It's just going in that little area. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to try to go through, try to really control your aim. And in my opinion, the Dashy Shot is the best way to do it. And in the beginning, it might be a little bit strange, but if you can get enough practice, I think you'll be good to go. When I first came across this technique, I really thought that, you know, it's probably not that good. Like, there's surely, like, the more bullets you shoot, the more likely you are to get the kill. But I can promise you guys, the more I play, the more I improve and kind of use this technique into my game, it is an absolute game changer. I feel like shooting enough bullets just to kill the opponent makes my aim so much more crisp, so much more smooth. As you can see in this gameplay here, I feel like there's so many kind of gunfights where if I didn't use this Dashy technique, I would lose and I'll just shoot so many more bullets where I just feel like I won't be as efficient with my weapon. And at the same time, I feel like I'll be losing a lot more gunfights. For me, the biggest advantage to this is that medium to long range. I feel like I'm just a lot more like a laser, right? I feel like an actual laser where I see someone on a head glitch, I'm centering onto them, using the Dashy aim as well as the recoil control and the strafing. And I can honestly feel my aim go from literally maybe a 5 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10 at times. It's such a game changer. Make sure to use this shot into your game, and I promise you it will help you out. Tip number 8, we're almost there, we're almost at the end now, and this one is a bit more about game awareness, but at the same time it's kind of with preparation. Okay, you want to make your life easier. Now what this is going to be is essentially working smarter and not harder. Okay, we all know, you know, ideally you would love to kind of go through, you'd love to take out an opponent on a head glitch. Like ideally that would just, you know, look nice, man. You'd be able to go through, you'll be able to win every gunfight like a clean gunfight. But what I'm going to teach you now is about working smarter, and what I mean by that is try to wait until your opponent's out in the open. In the following clips I'll show you is kind of just going to show you what I mean, okay? Because what you want to do is you want to shoot people when they're out in the open. You don't want to shoot them ideally when they're on a head glitch, when they're snaking, because it just makes it so much harder for you to get them, right? What you want to do is you want to wait. If you can see someone in the distance and you feel like they're just about to, like, you know, leave the cover, again, we'll show you in the gameplay, but there's a few clips, right, where I saw some people in LSELO and I realized that they were behind cars, okay? So if I waited, you know, 2 or 3 seconds, I was able to kind of catch them out in the open, and it was just a great way to get the kill, okay? But let's go through the gameplay and show you exactly what I mean. So here we are on LSELO, okay? And I want you to really pay attention to when I shoot the opponent. So you can see right there, as soon as I see someone out in the open, I'm able to get the kill. So nice and easy. The first 2 kills we're able to get. The third one's again out in the open, so we're able to take him out. But the main important kind of decisions come later on in this clip, so in the next 5 to 10 seconds. So those are the first few kills, and here you go. Here's the first player. We waited just 1 second. When he's out in the open, we're able to take him out. Again, very consistent here. When they're out in the open, I feel like it's so much easier because you got more room to work with. And as I get into cover now, I see the first opponent. So we're going to wait. I'm going to take my time here. Look at this. I actually crouch, okay? I let him go out to the left, and now again, it doesn't have to be a gun, okay? I'm going to go through. He's out in the open. We take him out with a nade, and we finish him off. Now we're going to go through the second opponent. We're going to see him in the distance. We wait till he's out in the open. Now he's out in the open. We're able to push through and get the kills. So impactful, so important. Make sure you wait till the opponent's out in the open if you can and get those easy kills. By now, you guys should be absolute experts. I have plenty of guys on my channel. Hopefully this one helps you out in terms of controlling your recoil, improving your accuracy, and all that good stuff. Now the final thing I have to say to put this all together, the glue, the absolute necessity is practice. Practice makes perfect. And I know it just sounds cliche, it sounds boring, you know, it's not really a tip, but I really do believe if you guys want to improve, the biggest thing you guys can do, okay, is play, but not just play rank play. In my opinion, shooting bots is the #1 thing. You literally see me do it now. It's the #1 thing to improve your accuracy, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do and exactly how to set up your bot lobby, okay? So let's kind of end this here and show you what to do. So here we are on the main menu, okay? So as soon as you launch the game, I know so many people, I know you watching right now, I know you don't do this, okay? You need to do this if you want to improve. Go down to private match, create a private match, do a free-for-all. You can do team deathmatch, but I always do free-for-all. Again, personal preference. I just think free-for-alls are simple. You're going to wait for a second, let it load up. And what you want to do, okay, you want to basically put as many bots as possible. Now, it's a bit annoying that you can only have 6 bots. You know, in old Call of Duty, you can have a lot more. And if you're just an assault rifle player, I would focus on maps like Fortress or Embassy, or I wouldn't say Hotel. I think it's a little bit more close quarters. I think Fortress is probably the best map to do it on. But to be honest, I really enjoy Shipment. I don't know why, I just really enjoy Shipment, but this doesn't matter. Pick any map you want. Let's go for Shipment for this example. We go through, you want to go to the default, okay? Time limit. Now, you could do this by time or by kills. Me personally, I like kills a bit more. So I put this on 45 minutes. I go to the score limit. I go left, 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 all the way to 1,000. Match time, put that on the beginning. Now, this is the most important thing, okay? Radar on. Put radar on, and this way what you can do is you get used to kind of using your mini-map and kind of working out where players are based on shots, and this is how I kind of improve my mini-map awareness as well. I know it's a strange one, but for me it really works. Go onto bots, put them on recruit, put them on 6. Now, we're not quite done yet, okay? We're not quite done. Let's go into the game and show you my next step. Well, I don't need to go in the game, I can just show you. So the next thing I do is I actually turn my aim assist off. Now, what this does, okay, is means when I'm playing against bots, it's just a lot easier for me to let me go into a game and show you actually. Okay, so we're in the bot lobby right now. I only took a couple of seconds to load in, and you're gonna look here, we've got aim assist off. So now what I'm gonna do, okay, is I'm gonna try to go through, look at the minimap, okay? I don't know why I'm pointing at that, but look at the minimap on my top left, okay? Now what I'm gonna try to do is try to kind of just jump around the corner. When I see an opponent, I'm gonna try different mechanics. So right now, I see an opponent pushing me, I'm gonna try to jump around the corner. And what I'll do is it just allows me to try different cameraing mechanics, different movement mechanics, and I'm gonna just try to shoot the opponents. And if you look at this, okay, we've got no aim assist, right? Look how smooth it is, even with a Dashy Shot without aim assist. Look at this. You can see it's a little bit difficult, right? But with a Dashy Shot, it makes it so much easier to get those kills. And this is where you can really test a shot and really kind of work on your aim, in my opinion. Now, if you know, have a separate class, I probably would put, instead of a trophy system, I probably would put, what's it called, ammunition box, just to make it easier for yourself. But this is all I do before I play rank play. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes I can't be bothered, I go straight into a game. Do not get me wrong, I definitely do that. But every single time I shoot bot, I feel so much more confident. If you guys are an AR player, I recommend shooting at least 100 bots. Now, again, this is because I make content, right? It takes me a long time to edit videos and all that stuff. So I like to kind of play on stream, and I like to shoot 100 bots. If I was you and I'm really trying to improve, I would probably shoot at least 200 bots. But personal preference, if you're starting with nothing, go for 100. But look at this, you see my aim is just getting a little bit more kind of snappy, and we have no aim assist on right now, and we're just able to go through, work on my centering. So many people ask me, you know, how's my centering so good, where do I improve my centering? This is it. Every day before I log on, if I can, I'll try to shoot some bots, go through. And the best players in the world shoot bots, so why shouldn't we? You know what I mean? If the best players in the world warm up by shooting bots, that's exactly what we should do. We should be replicating their form and trying to improve. Now, if you're trying to get better and better, I would always recommend shooting as many bots as possible. And then when you go into rank play, you'll just be a lot more familiar. You have so many more reps in than your opponent, and you should be good to go. So this is all I do. I go around lobbies. Now I can try different things, okay? So right now, I'm like, cool, let me work on my headshots. That way, I'm just so used to naturally getting headshots. And another thing is, like, if you're a flex player, what I always recommend is getting 50 kills with an AR and then going through and switching to the Vaznev, right? Just trying to get kills with both reps. This is how you can improve, in my opinion. Control that natural recoil, especially with the Vaznev at kind of medium range with no aim assist. It really does help you kind of improve your shot. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, and I'll catch you guys for another video tomorrow. Let me know down in the comments what type of video you want to see, and I'll make sure to get that for you guys. I've actually also started a second channel, man. So what the second channel is going to be is essentially all of my gameplay that I get on stream, all my commentaries and stuff is going to go on my second channel. Any subscriber based gameplay is going to go there. The link will be in the description if you guys want to check it out. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.